We've all heard the advice, be nice to everyone, and they'll be nice back. Well, I'm here to tell you nice doesn't always cut it. Being overly nice doesn't earn respect. It might bring you temporary comfort, but it won't give you the influence or standing you truly deserve. It's time we stop confusing kindness with weakness. It's time to stop being nice and start earning respect. Nice is often seen as the socially acceptable way to interact with others. It's about being polite, agreeable, and making sure everyone around you is comfortable. But here's the problem: being nice is a surface-level act. It's about pleasing others, sometimes at the expense of your own values. When you're too focused on being nice, you start to ignore your own needs and desires. You do things because you feel obligated, not because it aligns with who you are. You start making compromises, not to benefit others, but because you're afraid of conflict, rejection, or appearing selfish. Now let's talk about kindness. Kindness, unlike niceness, comes from a place of genuine strength. Kindness is not about pleasing everyone around you. It's about acting from a deep sense of empathy and respect. It's a conscious decision to be considerate, but also a firm belief that you must take care of yourself first. When you are kind, you're not just doing things to make others feel comfortable, you're doing them because you believe it's the right thing to do for both you and the other person. Being kind means you respect others, but you also respect yourself. It's about knowing your own worth and acting from that place of confidence. You don't say yes just to avoid a difficult conversation, and you don't agree to things just because you think it will make others happy. Instead, kindness allows you to be honest, even when the truth might be hard to hear. You give your time, attention, and resources not out of fear of what others might think, but because you genuinely want to help, while also ensuring your own boundaries are respected. When you begin to practice kindness, you will notice something remarkable happen. People start respecting you more. Why? Because kindness is rooted in strength. It's grounded in authenticity. When you're nice, you're often playing a role. But when you're kind, you're being true to yourself. People see this and they respond to it. They see that you're not afraid to speak your mind, that you're not a pushover, and that your actions align with your beliefs. They respect you not because you've bent over backward to please them, but because you stand firmly in who you are, and you show them the same respect you expect in return. Here's the truth: niceness won't earn you respect, but kindness will. Niceness is reactive. It's about how you make others feel in the moment. Kindness, however, is proactive. It's about creating long-term relationships based on trust and understanding. When you start practicing kindness over niceness, you no longer have to seek respect. It will come naturally. People will be drawn to you, not because you say yes to everything, but because you honor your values, stand by them, and give others the space to do the same. And when you do this, you not only gain their respect, but you also become the kind of person who commands it, not out of force, but out of authenticity. There's a trap many of us fall into, and it's one of the most dangerous traps we can set for ourselves: the need to please everyone. From the time we're young, we're taught that being liked, being agreeable, and keeping everyone around us happy is the way to succeed. We think that if we just do enough, give enough, and bend ourselves to the will of others, we'll be accepted, respected, and loved. But here's the truth: you cannot please everyone. It's an impossible task, and the more you try, the more you lose yourself in the process. You see, the problem with trying to please others is that it's a bottomless pit. The more you give, the more people want. There's always someone who wants something different, someone who expects more, someone who is dissatisfied. No matter how much you bend, no matter how much you sacrifice, it will never be enough. The more you give of yourself without considering your own needs, the more drained and empty you'll feel. You'll wake up one day and realize that you've given away so much of yourself to others that you no longer know who you are. You've become a reflection of everyone else's desires, and in doing so, you've lost sight of your own dreams, your own values, and your own identity. This is the danger of trying to please everyone. It's not just about the exhaustion, it's about the destruction of your true self. When you live to please others, you don't live for yourself. You start making decisions based on what will make others happy, rather than what is true to you. And that's when the real problem begins. Because the more you bend to accommodate others, the less respect you earn. Respect doesn't come from trying to be everything to everyone. It comes from being firm in who you are, regardless of the opinions of others. When you decide to stop trying to please everyone, you start gaining something much more valuable: self-respect. You begin to define your own worth. You stop allowing others to dictate your actions and start taking control of your own life. People will respect you more when they see you standing firm in your values, not when they see you bending and twisting yourself into something that fits their needs. Respect is built on boundaries. It's built on consistency. It's built on the ability to say no when something doesn't align with your values or your goals. When you stand firm in who you are, when you stop seeking validation from everyone else, you become the kind of person others can look up to. Not because you're trying to be what they want you to be, but because you're being the best version of yourself. And when you're true to yourself, you'll find that the respect you once sought from others will come naturally. So stop trying to please everyone. It's a futile effort that only leads to frustration and self-doubt. Instead, focus on pleasing yourself. Focus on being the person you were meant to be. When you do that, the respect you deserve will follow. It may not come from everyone, but it will come from the right people, the ones who value you for exactly who you are. And that, my friends, is the only respect that truly matters. There's a powerful truth that many of us need to embrace. The ability to set clear boundaries is one of the most valuable things you can do for yourself. It's not about being rude. It's about being firm. The truth is, without boundaries, we allow people to treat us however they want. And we allow situations to drain our energy, time, and peace of mind. We end up saying yes when we should say no. We end up giving when we should be receiving, and we end up sacrificing our values just to avoid conflict. But here's the thing: when you set boundaries, you show people that you have values. You show them that you know where you stand, and you expect your limits to be respected. You are teaching them how to treat you. Setting boundaries isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. When you set boundaries, you're not pushing people away, you're inviting them to understand and respect who you are. People respect strength. They respect clarity. When you're wishy-washy, when you're indecisive, when you don't have a clear sense of where you begin and where you end, people will walk all over you. They will take advantage of your time, your energy, and your good nature. But when you set boundaries and stand firm in them, you send a clear message: I respect myself, and I expect you to do the same. This is not about being selfish or inconsiderate. It's about self-respect. It's about protecting your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. It's about ensuring that you have the space to grow, to thrive, and to live according to your own values, not according to the demands of others. If you don't protect yourself, if you don't set those limits, no one else will. You have to teach people how to treat you by showing them how you treat yourself. The moment you let someone cross a boundary, whether it's in your time, your energy, or your space, you're teaching them that it's okay to do so. You're teaching them that your needs are secondary. And that's a lesson you don't want to send. When you set boundaries without apology, you're making a statement to the world: I am enough. My time is valuable. My peace is sacred. My goals are important, and when you stand tall in those boundaries, people start to take notice. They start to respect you. Why? Because people don't respect those who don't respect themselves. If you allow people to take advantage of you, if you let them walk all over you, you're sending the message that you don't believe you're worth the respect you deserve. But when you stand firm in your boundaries, something amazing happens. Not only do others respect you more, but you begin to respect yourself more. You begin to realize that you are in control of your own life. You are in control of how much you give, how much you sacrifice, and how much you take on. Boundaries give you the power to choose who gets your time, your energy, and your attention. They allow you to prioritize your well-being and your dreams without feeling guilty or overextended. So stop apologizing for having boundaries. Stop feeling guilty for protecting your peace. You have the right to stand firm in your values, to say no when you need to, and to create the space you need to live your best life. The key to earning respect is not allowing others to walk all over you. It's standing tall in your own shoes with confidence, strength, and clarity. That's how you earn the respect you truly deserve. There's something that holds many people back in life, and it's the fear of speaking their truth. We're often taught to keep our opinions to ourselves, to avoid conflict, to say what people want to hear, or to keep the peace. But here's the harsh reality: when you're not speaking your truth, you're not being true to yourself. When you bottle up what you really feel, what you really think, what you really believe, you're sending the message that you don't matter. You're showing others that your thoughts, your feelings, and your voice are not worthy of being heard. Here's what you need to understand: people respect authenticity. They respect those who are willing to be real, even when it's uncomfortable. Speaking your truth isn't always easy. In fact, it can be downright uncomfortable. It may shake the room, stir up tension, or make people uneasy. But that discomfort is the price of authenticity. The truth doesn't always come wrapped up in a pretty package, but it's powerful, it's freeing, and it's one of the most powerful ways to command respect. When you hold back your truth out of fear of upsetting someone, you're not showing respect for yourself. You're putting their comfort ahead of your own growth, your own integrity, and your own self-respect. The truth may be uncomfortable, but let me tell you something: there's nothing more powerful than the moment you speak your mind with conviction and you stop apologizing for who you are. You might be afraid of what others will think, but consider this: when you speak your truth, when you speak from a place of authenticity, you show others that you are not afraid to stand in your own power. You show them that you believe in yourself, even when the world around you doesn't always agree with you. You show them that your voice matters. You show them that you are someone who has the courage to say what others are too afraid to say. And here's what happens next when you speak your truth. No matter how uncomfortable it may be, respect follows. It may not come from everyone, and that's okay. Not everyone is ready for the truth. But those who matter, those who value integrity, courage, and authenticity, will begin to see the strength in you. And it's in those moments when you are truly yourself, when you speak with conviction, that you gain the respect you truly deserve. The world doesn't need more people who hide behind masks, pretending to be something they're not. What the world needs is more people who are willing to stand up, speak up, and be unapologetically themselves. It's in those moments of discomfort, when you push through your fear and speak from your heart, that you not only gain respect, but you also unlock your own power. And when you do that, you'll find that others will be drawn to you. They will respect you not because you played it safe, but because you had the courage to be real. So don't be afraid to speak your truth, even if it makes the room uncomfortable. The truth is where your power lies. And when you speak it with no apologies and no hesitation, that's when you start to earn the respect that comes from being truly authentic. One of the greatest barriers to success and fulfillment is the fear of disapproval. We all have it to some degree. The fear of what others think can be paralyzing. We hesitate, we second-guess ourselves, we stay stuck in situations we don't want to be in, all because we're afraid of disappointing others, or worse, being judged. But here's the truth that's hard to swallow: if you're constantly worried about what people think, you will never move forward. You'll stay in the same place, trapped by the opinions and judgments of others, forever wondering if you're doing the right thing. The reality is, not everyone will approve of your choices. Not everyone will understand your actions. Not everyone will walk the same path you do, and that's okay. You were not put on this earth to seek validation from everyone around you. You were put here to live with purpose, to follow your own path, and to act with integrity, regardless of what others may think. The truth is, you will never be able to please everyone, and if you try, you will lose yourself in the process. Every decision you make, every move you take, will be filtered through the lens of others' opinions. And that's a recipe for frustration and failure. Your job, my friends, is not to seek approval. Your job is to live a life of purpose. Your job is to wake up every day and be true to yourself, to follow your values, and to make choices that align with your vision for your life. When you live with purpose, when you live with integrity, the opinions of others start to fade into the background. You stop making decisions based on fear and start making them based on your own desires, your own goals, and your own understanding of what is right for you. When you stop fearing disapproval, something incredible happens. You stop living for others and start living for yourself. You stop looking for permission to pursue your dreams. You stop waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to take a step forward. You take ownership of your life. And in that moment, when you no longer seek approval, when you stop letting others dictate your actions, you find freedom. You find the freedom to be unapologetically yourself, to follow your own course, and to make the choices that are right for you, even if others don't understand them. This doesn't mean you become reckless or disregard others entirely. It means you start making decisions from a place of confidence and self-assurance. You trust yourself. You trust that the path you're on is the one that aligns with who you are and where you want to go. The more you live this way, the more you'll attract the people who respect you for it. Those who see your strength, your commitment, and your authenticity will gravitate toward you. And the truth is, those who disapprove, they're not the ones who matter. The people who matter are the ones who respect you for having the courage to be yourself, regardless of the noise around you. So don't fear disapproval. Don't let the judgments of others dictate the course of your life. Live with purpose. Live with integrity. And in doing so, you'll discover a freedom and a sense of peace that only comes when you stop living for everyone else and start living for yourself. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is take responsibility for your life. It's easy to fall into the trap of playing the victim, to blame others, to point fingers at circumstances or situations that seem out of your control. But let me tell you something, respect is never given to those who play the victim card. It's earned by those who stand up, take responsibility, and own their choices. Life is not about waiting for things to happen, it's about making things happen. It's about taking ownership of your actions, your decisions, and your outcomes, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable it might be. When you start taking responsibility for your life, everything changes. You stop waiting for someone else to fix your problems or change your circumstances. You stop relying on others to give you the approval or the opportunities you think you deserve. Instead, you take charge. You become the captain of your own ship. And that's when the world begins to respect you. Why? Because people respect those who are accountable. They respect those who don't make excuses, who don't look outside themselves for someone to blame. They respect those who understand that their future is in their hands, and that the only way to move forward is to take full responsibility for where they are right now. Taking responsibility isn't just about owning your successes, it's about owning your failures as well. We all make mistakes. We all face setbacks. But the true measure of strength is how you handle them. When you make a mistake, do you own it, learn from it, and grow? Or do you deflect blame, point fingers, and make excuses? The people who earn respect are the ones who acknowledge their mistakes, take accountability, and use those experiences as stepping stones to move forward. They don't let failure define them, they let it refine them. When you take responsibility for your life, you stop being a passive participant and start being an active creator of your future. You stop blaming the economy, your upbringing, your circumstances, or other people for where you are in life. Instead, you ask yourself, what can I do to change this? You take the necessary actions, you make the hard decisions, and you take control of your destiny. This is what separates those who are respected from those who are overlooked. The truth is, people want to follow leaders who are in control of their own lives. They want to be around those who inspire confidence, who take charge, and who show the way. When you own your life, when you embrace responsibility and accountability, you automatically become someone worth following. You become someone people trust because they know you're not afraid to face the challenges ahead. They know that you're the kind of person who won't quit, who won't make excuses, and who will always stand up and take action no matter what. So if you want to earn the respect that you deserve, stop playing the victim. Take responsibility for your life. Own your choices, own your mistakes, and take full control of your future. The respect that comes from being accountable, from taking charge, will make all the difference in the way others see you and in the way you see yourself. When you're the captain of your ship, there's no limit to what you can achieve. There's a simple word that carries immense power, and yet so many of us fear using it. No, we hesitate. We overthink and we allow guilt to creep in when we feel the need to say it. But here's the truth sometimes. The most powerful thing you can say is no. It's not easy, and it's not always comfortable. In fact, it can feel downright difficult, especially when we're concerned about what others might think or whether we'll disappoint someone. But saying no is not just a refusal, it's a statement of self-respect. It's a declaration that you are not afraid to protect your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. Saying no is necessary. It's necessary because you can't do everything. You can't be everywhere. You can't give your time and energy to every request, every obligation, and every person that demands a piece of you. The truth is, every time you say yes to something that isn't in line with your values, your goals, or your priorities, you are saying no to something else, something that matters more. When you say yes to everyone else's needs, you are often saying no to your own dreams, your own well-being, and your own sense of peace. And that's a trade-off that no one should be willing to make. When you say no with confidence, you're showing the world that you understand your worth. You're showing that you value your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. You're telling others that you cannot be stretched too thin, and that you are willing to protect what's important to you. But more than that, you're showing yourself that you matter. You're saying that your priorities come first, and that you won't let the demands of others derail you from your path. Here's the thing: when you set boundaries, when you say no, you start to train people to respect you. People will begin to see that you are serious about your time, your goals, and your well-being. And when you say no, you start to earn the respect of those around you. It's not about being rude or dismissive, it's about standing firm in your values. It's about showing that you are in control of your life and your choices. And when others see that, they'll start to respect you for it. But saying no isn't just about protecting your time. It's also about protecting your energy. There are people, situations, and commitments that can drain you, that can take more than you have to give. When you say no, you are refusing to let those things take away from what truly matters. You are choosing to preserve your energy for the things and people who deserve it. You are choosing to spend your time in ways that align with your goals and your values. So let go of the fear of saying no. Stop worrying about disappointing others and start focusing on what's best for you. Saying no is not selfish, it's self-care. When you say no with confidence, you create space for the things that truly matter: your goals, your peace of mind, your happiness. And when you do that, not only will you feel more empowered, but others will start to see you as someone who values yourself and your time. That's the kind of respect that lasts. And that's the kind of person you want to become. Respect is not something you beg for. It's something you command. Too often we find ourselves in situations where we feel the need to ask for respect, to plead for others to see our worth. But let me tell you, this respect doesn't work like that. It's not something you can demand with words. It's something you demand by how you carry yourself, how you present yourself, and how you stand firm in your convictions. When you live your life with purpose, when you walk with confidence, when you stand tall in your beliefs, respect naturally follows. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking approval from others, of waiting for someone to validate our worth. We can spend so much time trying to please people, trying to fit in, or trying to get them to see us the way we want to be seen. But the truth is, when you settle for less than respect, when you allow others to treat you with anything less than dignity, you're telling them that you don't believe you deserve it. You're telling the world that you don't have high standards for yourself. And when you lower your standards, others will have no choice but to treat you in a way that reflects that. When you start to demand respect, it's not about being arrogant or aggressive. It's about setting high expectations for yourself and for how you allow others to treat you. It's about refusing to settle for less than what you know you deserve. It's about living with integrity, acting with confidence, and standing strong in your values even when it's uncomfortable. When you do this, others will begin to notice. They will see that you are not someone who compromises your self-worth for anyone or anything. And that's when respect is earned not through begging, but through living with standards that are non-negotiable. Here's the truth: people will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. If you tolerate disrespect, if you let people walk all over you, if you make excuses for others' poor behavior, you are setting the tone for how you'll be treated. But when you set boundaries, when you stand up for yourself, when you refuse to let anyone diminish your worth, that's when respect becomes a natural byproduct of how you live your life. It's not something you ask for. It's something you command through your actions, your attitude, and your unwavering belief in your own value. Setting high standards for yourself doesn't mean expecting perfection from others, but it does mean refusing to accept anything less than respect. It means valuing yourself enough to walk away from situations or relationships that don't honor your worth. It means knowing that you are worthy of respect regardless of what others may think or do. And when you hold yourself to this standard, others will be forced to meet it. They will have no choice but to treat you with the respect you've already given yourself. So stop begging for respect. Stop waiting for someone else to acknowledge your value. Instead, demand it by living with integrity, by standing tall in your beliefs, and by never settling for less than what you deserve. When you do that, the respect you command will follow naturally. And when it does, you'll know that you didn't have to ask for it, you earned it. If you want respect, you don't need to demand it with your words or hope for it to come from others. You need to demonstrate it through your actions. The most powerful way to gain respect is to lead by example. People are watching you, whether you realize it or not. They're observing the way you carry yourself, the way you treat others, and the way you handle the challenges life throws at you. Your actions speak louder than any words you can say. And when you show respect to yourself and to others, respect will naturally come your way. It starts with respecting yourself. If you don't believe in your own worth, if you don't value who you are, how can you expect others to? Respect begins within. When you make choices that reflect your values, when you take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically, you're showing the world that you believe you deserve respect. You set the standard for how others should treat you, and that standard begins with how you treat yourself. People take their cues from you. If you respect yourself, others will follow suit. But if you let others treat you poorly, if you fail to hold yourself to a higher standard, then that's exactly how others will treat you. But respect doesn't stop with just yourself. It extends to the way you treat others, the way you interact with people, whether they are in positions of power or have no influence at all, speaks volumes about your character. If you want others to respect you, you must first show them respect. You don't get respect by belittling others or treating them as if they are beneath you. You earn respect by listening to others, by being kind, by being patient, and by showing understanding. It's about treating people with dignity, no matter their status or situation. Because true respect comes from recognizing the humanity in others and valuing them for who they are. How you hold yourself accountable is also a crucial part of earning respect. You can't expect others to respect you if you aren't willing to hold yourself accountable for your actions. When you make mistakes, own them. Don't deflect blame or make excuses. When you show that you are willing to be honest with yourself and others, that you are committed to growth and improvement, you demonstrate integrity. People respect those who take responsibility for their actions, who don't shy away from difficult conversations, and who are willing to learn from their mistakes. Accountability shows strength, and strength commands respect. You don't need to tell people to respect you. You don't need to convince them with empty words or gestures. All you need to do is lead by example. The way you treat yourself, the way you treat others, and the way you hold yourself accountable will speak louder than anything you could ever say. When you live with integrity, When you treat others with kindness and respect, and when you hold yourself to high standards, respect will follow naturally. You don't have to ask for it. It will come to you because you've earned it through the way you live your life. Lead by example, and watch the respect you desire become a natural part of your reality. At the end of the day, there is one thing that will remain your strongest ally: your values. Your values are the foundation upon which everything else is built. They define who you are, they shape the decisions you make, and they guide your interactions with others. The moment you waver on those principles to please others, to fit in, or to gain approval, you risk losing the one thing that truly earns you respect: your integrity. Integrity is the key to lasting respect. It is the trait that others admire and the trait that will ultimately define how you are remembered. When you remain true to your values, when you live by them without compromise, respect is something you will not have to chase. It will come to you naturally. We live in a world where there is constant pressure to conform, to be what others want us to be. People will ask you to bend, to change your stance, to soften your beliefs to make them feel comfortable. But here's the truth: when you compromise your values, you are telling the world that you don't believe in yourself. You are telling others that you are willing to sacrifice what you stand for just to gain acceptance. And when you do that, you lose more than just respect, you lose the essence of who you are. Staying true to your values is not always easy. It requires strength and courage. It means saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It means standing firm, even when the pressure is overwhelming, even when it feels like you're standing alone. But let me tell you, the people who respect you the most are the ones who see you stay true to your beliefs, even in the face of adversity. They respect your consistency, they respect your strength, and they respect the way you refuse to waver on what matters most to you. That is the kind of respect that is earned, the kind that lasts. When you live with integrity, your actions align with your values, and that consistency speaks volumes. People watch. They see the way you handle success and failure, the way you treat others, and the way you navigate challenges. When your actions match your words, when your values are evident in everything you do, people begin to trust you. They begin to respect you. They know you are someone who can be relied upon because your principles do not change depending on the situation. You become someone who stands as a beacon of reliability and trustworthiness, someone who remains steadfast in the storm. Remember, your values are yours. No one can take them from you unless you give them away. So hold on to them tightly. Let them guide you in every decision you make, in every relationship you build, and in every challenge you face. Be consistent in your actions and unwavering in your commitment to what you believe in. When you do this, you will command respect not through force, not through manipulation, but through the strength of your character and your unshakable integrity. And when that respect comes, it will be genuine, because it is based on who you truly are, not who you pretend to be. Gaining respect is not about being nice. It's about being real, being strong, and standing firm in your own truth. It's about setting boundaries, speaking your truth, and not being afraid to lead with integrity. When you stop being nice for the sake of others and start being strong for the sake of yourself, that's when the respect starts to come. Stop being nice. Start being someone who commands respect. And the world will begin to treat you the way you've always deserved.